a son of a gun. And, Bill, the thing that I like about Louis Grizzard, of course, his articles and books are very, very funny, is the names of them. Don't sit under the grits tree. Elvis is dead, and I don't feel so good myself. If love were oil, I'd be a quart low. They tore my heart out and stomped that sucker dead. Won't you come home, Billy Bob Bailey, and shoot low boys that are riding Shetland ponies? Those are some great titles. They make some great country songs, wouldn't they? That's Louis Grizzard.
I've read a couple of his books, Jerry, and he is really funny there. And people would have a good time to go out and see him at Anderson's Bookland at the mall.
All right, that's 4 to 5 o'clock Monday. He'll then be at UNA that night. Here's a quarterback sneak by the quarterback, David Taylor. And let's see where they mark him down. And we'll wait and see if Gadsen is going to have a first down and goal at about the Coffee 8-yard line. It looks from here as though he may have it, and there's the signal. So Gadsen now has moved from their 32-yard line after the Coffee score all the way down to the Yellow Jacket 8-yard line, and now they have it first down and goal to goal with 4 shots at the touchdown. Rodney Callaway checks in at fullback for the Tigers. 6:50 left to play in the first quarter. Coffee's leading 7-0. They've only run one play, and Gadsen now working over the Coffee defense on this long drive. Here's a wide out to the left. The wing is to the right, and Coffee jumps off sides. Vernon Ingram, the linebacker on the right, jumped across the line, and that'll cost Coffee half the distance to the goal. That'll put it at about the 4-yard line. So Gadsen gets 4 free yards on that play, and Coffee checks in a trio of defenders on the goal line defense.
Well, you don't like mistakes anytime, Jerry, but this is Coffee's first game. You got to expect them to have a few, but you don't like to see it when it's first down and goal to go from the 8. Now it gives them first down and goal to go from the 4. And Gadsen's already had a game under their belt, and Coffee hasn't. Sometimes you have mixed emotions about that, but I'd have rather have played one game before we had to play Gadsen.
They beat Litchfield 14-3 here last week. Wide out to the left, first down and 10 from the 4. Benson inside, gets to the 2 and dives over the left side for the touchdown. So Gary Benson, hard running inside, bounced off a couple of Yellow Jacket defenders and carries it in. That's a 68-yard drive for the Tigers. At 6:22 of the first quarter, Benson with a touchdown from the 4-yard line. 1 4-yard penalty aided the drive. And now let's see what Gadsen does, if they'll kick the tie or try to go for 2. 6:22 to go in the first quarter, and Coffee's leading the Tigers by a score of 7-6. Here comes the kicking tee into the game, and it looks as though number 83 may be doing the kicking right here. Let's wait and see. I think that's number 83, so Benson is not kicking right here. This is 83, Nathan Schultz. He's a soccer kicker, and Schultz will try to tie it up. The ball is on the tee. Schultz' kick is into the air. It is good, and we've got a tie ball game. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Coffee 7 and Gadsen 7.
Sidelines can enhance your fall wardrobe with the latest accessories. Sterling
and Gadsen 7, and we're about to get a look at the Coffee offense. They recovered a Gadsen fumble at the Tiger 9 on the second play of the game. And on first down at the 9, Tucker went around left end for the touchdown. So Coffee has run only one play this year, and it was good for a touchdown. Here's the kickoff, right straight down the field. This will head for Kenny Tucker, who takes it 1 yard into the end zone and fumbles the ball, and it'll be down there. So Coffee will bring it out at the 20, where they'll have it first down and 10 yards to go. So the ball a little bit wet, Bill, as we said. A lot of rain coming down here tonight. It was drizzling before the game, and I believe it's drizzling now, isn't it?
Yes, it still is.
So the ball's going to be a little wet.
And a lot of times that can be the worst kind, Jerry, because it just keeps everything just a little damp and slippery. It doesn't just get soggy. It gets that slippery is sometimes worse, and the field's that way too. But so far we hadn't seen anybody slip down or anything, so the field may be in better shape than we think.
All right, Coffee now sends Mark Wright. He's the wing back wide to the right. Ingram and Tucker are the running backs for Coffee at the 20. First and 10. We're tied 7-7 midway of the first quarter. 6:22 to go. Gadsen almost jumps offside, and here's a game inside to Vernon Ingram at the 25, and he's out to the 26-yard line. Check it, there was Kenny Tucker, who picks up 6 yards right off the left side. So Tucker picks up 6 yards, a tackle made by Kelvin Bradford, the left cornerback for the Tigers. So it's 2nd down and 4 to go. Coffee at their own 26. Gadsen has 2 outstanding linebackers. The inside linebackers, Bobby Avery, number 41, and number 47, senior Ferndale Davis. They are outstanding prospects. And right now, we've got the 3-minute timeout that has been instituted by the Alabama Athletic Association with the current heat wave that's been going on as practice started back in August, and combined with the high humidity that we had there for a while. And due to this, during football games at the beginning of the season, an official's timeout will be granted in the middle of each quarter, and then 2 minutes will be added to the timeout periods, giving a total of 3 minutes between the first, second, and the third and fourth quarters for the purpose of water breaks for all players on the field and for extra rest periods. And this provision is going to be in effect until temperatures moderate. Timeout on the field, Coffee 7, Gadsen 7. And maybe the 30. Ingram was trapped in the backfield by two Tigers, but a great burst of speed, and the junior got out around the first down marker, Bill Hunt. A great run by Vernon Ingram that time.
That's right. Vernon didn't have a lot of blocking out in front of him that time. The play was designed to go off tackle, and it was closed up, so he had to veer to the outside. He had two cornerbacks coming up on him. He was able to shake through him. He never lost his feet, kept his balance. They're going to mark him about 2 inches short of the first down, so it'll be third down and a couple of inches to go.
The nose of the football, as you can see, right at the 30. That's where they've got to go. So this is a crucial play for Coffee. Third down in inches at their own 30-yard line. Quarterback sneak by Phillips, and he got it with the yardage to spare as he fights off the left side behind the block of Stephen Kuntz up around the 32-yard line. Coffee first down. So that's their first down of the night that they have picked up here in the game with 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Coffee and Gadsen are deadlocked at 7-all. Coffee scored on their first offensive play after recovering a Gadsen fumble at the Tiger 9, and then Gadsen drove 68 yards for their touchdown drive to tie it up. Right is wide to the right. First down, Coffee now. The backs are split. First down at the Jacket 32. Phillips wants to throw the football. He's got a man open. It passes too low, intended for Tucker out of the backfield. And as we said, it's wet here. We've got a drizzle going on, a lot of rain later this afternoon, and that ball seemed to just kind of float away from Phillips as he released it, intended for Tucker. So it'll be second down and 10 at the Coffee 32. Coffee going to the air on first down, trying to catch the Tigers by surprise. Gadsen running a 4-4 defense. Coffee sends Michael Johnson wide to the right of junior. Now Coffee faces second down and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Here's a quarterback going back. Draw play to Tucker. Tucker 35, 40, 45, 50 at the Tiger 40. 35 still on his feet at the 31-yard line at a first down. Kenny Tucker almost broke the draw play. 68 yards for a touchdown. And the safety man hauled him down at the Tiger 31.
Andre DeRamus was the only person that kept Kenny Tucker from going all the way on that play. Kenny kept his feet well through the line of scrimmage, and then he saw an opening, and he turned on the speed, and DeRamus was the only man that kept him from going all the way, as we said, and he was actually carried about the last 5 yards.
37-yard scamper by Tucker. And Coffee jumps offside as Scott Wilcoxon moves off on the left side at guard. Wilcoxon jumped the gun, and that'll cost the Jackets 5 yards. That'll move it back to the Gadsen 36-yard line and make it first down and 15 yards to go. 4:46 left to play in the first quarter. Coffee 7, Gadsen 7. On second and 10, Kenny Tucker just ran 37 yards for a Coffee first down. Almost had a 68-yard touchdown run, but DeRamus caught him at the Tiger 31. Coffee jumps offside. It's now first and 15 back at the 36-yard line. All right, here's Phillips. Draw play. Vernon Ingram breaks one tackle and gets up to about the 35, still on his feet, down around the 32. So Ingram almost got back to the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 4. So now for Coffee, it'll be second down and 11 at the 32.
Ingram was brought down by number 41, Bobby Avery. He's the fullback, and he was punishing runner on that touchdown drive that Gadsen has. He also plays linebacker. He's 6'2", 210 pounds.
Torin DeRamus checks out of the lineup for Gadsen. He's 6 foot 250, and he's only a sophomore. Michael Johnson wide to the right. Coffee looking now at second down and 11 at the Gadsen 32. Phillips to throw. He's hit from behind, fumbles, and the Tigers have it at the 38-yard line. Phillips was hit from the blind side as he drew back the pass. He fumbled the football, and Gadsen comes up with it at the 38-yard line in their own territory. So Coffee turns it over, and the Tigers have it.
Number 60, Andrew Roberts, is the one that came up with the fumble that time.
So Coffey didn't hold the rush off on the left side that time, and Phillips was a sitting duck as the Tigers came blitzing in from the right side to nail him. They were guessing pass and guessed right. 3:40 to go. First quarter, Gadsen 7 and Coffey 7, and the Tigers have it. The turnovers now are 1 apiece. David Taylor, the quarterback for Gadsen, gives it off to Benson. Benson is hit for a loss back at about the 34 by Stephen Skipworth, who came up from his safety position and made a great read that time and a good tackle as Benson loses back to the 35, a loss of 3.
Coffey changed defenses that time. They pulled Skipworth up to play defensive end. They actually had a 6-man line that time with 2 linebackers. Gadsen, in their first drive, made all their yardage on the ground. Coffey's going to try to force them to pass and try to keep the running plays from gaining so much yardage.
Benson comes out of the lineup. He was injured on that play. He came limping off the field. Here comes Massey wide to the left. Going wide to the right is Ferndale Davis. The backs are split. Cedric Holstick replaces Benson in the backfield, and he gets the call at the 35, hit at about the 37. Good tackle in there that time for Coffey, number 63, Trent Thompson, the nose guard, and Johnson, number 85, the defensive end. So they mark it at the Gadsen 37-yard line, and now the Tigers are going to be faced with 3rd down and about 10 yards to go. So it could be a passing situation here. Let's see how Coffey plays it defensively. 3rd down and 10 at the 37 of Gadsen. They have it. We're tied at 7-7 with 2:10 to go in the first quarter from Murphy Stadium, the opening game of the 1986 season for our Coffey Yellow Jackets. This time Taylor puts a wide out to the right, and the backs are split. Here's 3rd and 10. The quarterback going to give it off in there, and nothing going as Vernon Ingram read it just right and nails him back at about the 35-yard line. Also in there on the tackle with 72, Reggie Wright, and great defensive stand that time, Bill Hunt, by Coffey to hold Gadsen and force him to punt.
Well, Coffey's defense played a lot better that time. They made some adjustments over on the sideline. I'm sure Coach Stewart, the defensive coordinator, saw some things as Gadsen made their touchdown drive, and the adjustments worked. This time they held Gadsen. They've got a kick, 4th down, 12.
Does the name Fred Singleton ring a bell? He's the punter for Gadsen. Here's a kick high in the air, not very deep. Darrell Higgins signals for a fair catch, fumbles the ball but falls on it at his own 35. Fred Singleton is the grandson of the great All-American in the 40s for Alabama and former executive director of the former Hall of Fame Classic. And so he's Fred Singleton, number 3 down the line. A great name in Alabama football history, and he's the punter for the Gadsen Tigers. Coffey has it 1st and 10. They say Higgins' knee touched at the 34. So Coffey puts it in play at their 34-yard line. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. We're dead even at 7-7. Coffey and Gadsen. Mark Wright comes wide to the right side. Tucker and Vernon Ingram are the running backs for Coffey. David Phillips, the junior at quarterback. He rolls out of there, gives it in there to Ingram, and Ingram finds a hole up the middle and fights for about 3-4 yards up around the 38-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Bobby Avery makes a stop for the Tigers. Ball at the Coffey 38 with 50 seconds left here in the first quarter.
The 4-4 defense that Gadsen's playing, they really give you the middle. It looks like you could just drive a freight train up the middle, but they react and close so quickly that there's not a whole lot of yardage there.
Darrell Higgins comes wide to the right now. 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Coffey at their own 38-yard line. The running game's been working well tonight. Here's Phillips rolling out of there, going to give it to Tucker. Tucker sweeps wide to the 40, breaks one tackle and fights to about the 45 and is out of bounds at about that 46-yard line. That'll be a Coffey 1st down.
Kenny made a good move as he turned the corner that time. He jutted in between 2 defenders and got to the outside, and that final lunge got him over the 45-yard line to about the 46. It's going to be 1st and 10.
I just now noticed something, Bill, about Coffey's helmets. That's one of the first times you've seen a headgear that is plain. No stripes on it, no numbers, nothing. It's plain white. And I just now caught my eye. Coffey with new headgears out there. All right, Wright comes wide to the right now. This 22 seconds to go. First quarter. Dead even at 7-all. The ball at the 46-yard line of Coffey. 1st and 10. The give in there. About 2 yards up around the 48-yard line was Mark Williams. He is a sophomore running back with a lot of promise, Bill Hunt, and he makes his first varsity carry for Coffee, and it's good enough for a couple of yards at the 48-yard line.
Well, they broke him in with a very simple play, just a straight dive play over the right side, and it was, as you said, picked up a couple of yards.
That's
we're at the end of the first quarter. That's
the end of the first quarter. There's a timeout with the score, Coffee 7 and Gadsen 7.
Gerald Murray.
They may have eliminated the extra timeouts. It looks as though they're getting ready to play. So that was at the discretion of the Alabama Athletic Association. So let's wait and see. Coffee breaking huddle. But let's see what the officials are going to do. If they're going to let them play or they're going to make them take another extra 2 minutes. It's not really hot enough to do that, but of course it's a little hard to call off a rule statewide in a matter of a few hours. I think what they're doing right now is they're talking with the coaches and going to see if they can maybe reach an agreement to not go with the extra timeout. But let's wait and see. The referee comes back out over the ball now, and they're going to let them play. All right, so we won't be having the extra time, apparently, between the first and second and the third and fourth quarters. Coffee with the ball, 7-7 as we start the second quarter. And Phillips going to give in there to number 32. Let's see, was that Tucker or is that Ingram running the ball? A little bit hard to see as the whole mass of Gadsen Tigers collared him at about the 48. That was Tucker running. And the ball is at the Coffee 48-yard line. And now the Jackets are looking at third down and about 6 yards to go. So Coffee now will be faced with a possession down at their own 48, third down and 6 yards to go as we've just started the second quarter from Gadsen, Alabama. We're tied at 7-7. Mark Wright goes wide to the right. Coffee hasn't had any success passing tonight. Here's Phillips back to throw, pitches it back to Tucker. Tucker breaks a tackle and is ridden out of bounds at about midfield. So on the option that time, Phillips couldn't find anybody open, so he quickly spun and pitched it to his trail man, Tucker. And Gadsen had him hemmed in at the sideline and pushed him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. And Coffee on fourth down will have to kick it away.
Well, if Coffee can get a good punt back off here, they should put Gadsen back deep in the hole, and let's see if the defense can hold him and get the ball back.
John Massey will be the lone safety. Now he's joined back there by number 46, David Owen. He's the up man, Massey the deep man. Coffee punting. There's a good snap. There's a kick out of there. It's a low line drive kick. Ball hits at about the 15. Now goes inside the 15 and is going to be down at the Gadsen 12-yard line. A good kick by Coffee, Robbie Richardson, their defensive star last year, linebacker, now the punter, and he kicked a low line drive. And Gadsen not doing a very good job of fielding kicks here tonight. To put them in the hole twice, and now they have it back at their 12, and Coffee's defense in there trying to play for a break. 11:10 to go in the first half. It's Coffee 7 and Gadsen 7. Jerry Knight and Bill Hunt with you live from Murphy Stadium in Gadsen on a wet night and a humidity night. High humidity here, not a very, very big crowd because probably of the rain. Massey now comes wide to the right. Gadsen has it first down and 10 to go at their 12-yard line. Quarterback under there now is David Taylor. Taylor rolls out of there, gives to his halfback up the middle of the 15 to the 20 and up around the 23-yard line is Rodney Calloway, the fullback, and that's going to be right at the first down marker as Calloway exploded up the middle. And let's see, that's going to be a first down. That's going to be a first down at the 23-yard line.
Big hole up the middle that time. The center, two guards on that Gadsen line that time just opened up a tremendous hole and picked up the first down.
All right, Massey now wide to the right. Gadsen first down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 7-7 is your score. 10 minutes to go in the half. Here's a pitch to Avery at the 25, and he's pulled down at the 27-yard line. Stop made in there by Stephen Kuntz along with Darrell Beckwith. And the gain on the play, about 4, second and 6. Bill, here's somewhat of a surprise. Playing in the first half in Tuscumbia, it's Muscle Shoals 14 and Deshler nothing. Trojans unable to score last week, and Deshler coming within 2 minutes of knocking off top-ranked Colbert County. So the Trojans obviously done a lot of hard work this week. They're leading 14-0 in the first half at Deshler. Here is second down and 6. Benson running wide on a sweep, and he's tripped up by Trent Thompson, the nose guard, at the 30-yard line. Good play by Trent that time.
Trent showed good speed and quickness that time getting through the line of scrimmage. That was a play, a pitch back power sweep around the left side, and Trent got through and made the tackle just as he made his cut. Didn't pick up any yardage.
Andre DeRamus checks in at wingback with the play, and out comes Ferndale Davis. 9 minutes to go, first half, 7-7. Here's a big play here for the Coffee defense. It's third down and about 4 yards to go. Wide out to the right is Jamie Day. Quarterback gives in there to Avery, and he's going to fall, and let's see where they mark his footage. At the 33, that appears to be short by the line judge on the left side, and let's see where they mark it. I think it's going to be about a foot short at the 33. Gadsen may want to measure. Let's see what we got here. They're going to call for the change, Bill, but it looks short from where we're sitting right here.
Well, we've got a little bit of an angle, but I agree with you, Jerry. It looks like it's going to be about a half a yard short, maybe a foot.
Chains are being brought on the field now, and let's just wait and see. They put it down, and we'll out into speculation and see what we've got here. Chains are stretched down. Oh, it's inches. What do you do if you're Gadsen? On a wet night, Coach DiLorenzo's not going to gamble here. He's already seen the Coffee defense getting tougher after that first drive. So Coffee holds for the second defensive series and will force a punt and could get good field position here. 8.5 minutes to go. First half, Coffee 7, Gadsen 7. Fred Sinkton to punt. Coffee has Darrell Higgins back in single safety. Gadsen come up short unless this is a fake. Fourth down at the 33-yard line, 4th and inches. Let's see if Gadsen actually does punt. There's the snap. Singleton booms it out of there to Higgins. Higgins going to catch it at the 32. He's up to the 35, 40, and fights to about the 41 or 42. So Coffee gets good field position at their own 42-yard line, first down and 10. 7-7 your score with 8:13 to play in the half. All the Coffee games brought to you on WLAY-FM and the replay on Monday nights on Group W Cable Channel 3, Monday afternoons, and we're going to have Darnay Case be explaining it a little bit to us here as we approach halftime. She's with us tonight in the booth, and we'll be talking with her about the Coffee replay 1986. 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Coffee puts it in play at their 42. Phillips rolls out of there, gives it off to Tucker at the 50, into Gadsen territory at the 48-yard line, and that's going to be close to a first down. Bill Kenny Tucker running with great authority here tonight.
And he's showing some real good quickness, too, Jerry. They hand the ball to him. He glides along the line of scrimmage, and then he sees that opening, and he shows a good burst of speed, cutting upfield, and he's running towards that goal line. He's not running east and west. He's running north and south, and that's the way you want the backs to run.
He picked up 10 yards and good enough for a first down at the Gadsen 48-yard line. Juan Jones is wide out to the right for Coffee. First down and 10 at the Tiger 48-yard line. We're tied at 7. Here's a draw play. Tucker, 45 at the 40. Kenny all the way to the 35-yard line, and another first down.
Vernon Ingram that time, Jerry.
Oh, Vernon Ingram, all right.
Yeah.
Vernon Ingram, I'm sorry. Vernon Ingram, the junior fullback on the draw play.
It's hard to tell. Those numbers are so long that and one of them's 32 and the other one's 33. It's hard to pick up which one's got the ball.
Okay, first down as he clicks off 13 yards on the draw play. So Coffee's offensive line now moving Gadsen back. They actually say it's at the 36. First down and 10, Coffee, as they're trying to drive now here with 7 minutes to go in the first half, and the game tied at 7. Phillips rolls left to throw, looking downfield. He's firing long into the end zone, and it's over the head at the goal line of Michael Johnson. A good pass that time by Phillips, and Johnson just got a fingertip on it. Incomplete in the left corner of the end zone. So now Coffee will be looking at 2nd and 10, and Gadsen is going to call a timeout. Timeout on the field with the score, Coffee 7 and Gadsen 7. Golden Girl for 1986, who's been in the hospital this week and unable to make the trip down here tonight, but she's really raring to go next week at Brawley Stadium, and she'll be reporting all the news at halftime throughout the season.
Well, that's one of the great halftime features, and I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Teresa yet, but if she's anything like the rest of the Golden Girls that we've had, the Coffee Golden Girls, she'll do a tremendous job.
I believe they get prettier every year. She's a beautiful young lady and is going to do a great job. All right, first down. Here is Tucker swinging wide at the 35, and this time Gadsen Gang tackles him at about the 34. So not very much running room on the corner that time for Tucker. Coffee now is going to have to come up with a play to keep from punting here. The ball is at the Gadsen 34-yard line, and it's going to be third down, and about 8 at the 34. So Darrell Higgins checks in from the Coffee bench with the play on third down and 8. 6:53 left to go. Clock stop with the out-of-bounds play. We're in the first half. The game is tied 7-7. It's settled into a good defensive battle. Johnson is wide to the left. Backs are split. Coffee now has a double wide out, and here's Phillips rolling back to throw. He's under a heavy rush and is going to be dropped back at the 39-yard line by J.D. McDuffie, the major college prospect, and that's why he came roaring in there, all 255 pounds, 6'4" of him, and knocked Phillips down for a loss. Phillips not too swift back there tonight here in this first half, as he had a little trouble getting set to throw that ball that time.
Well, as he rolled back, his offensive back stayed in to block for him, and they really got too close to each other, and by the time he could get away from him, the defense had him for a loss.
Phillips is going to do a fine job this year. Of course, as you know, Coffee starting quarterback Vic Callaway with 4.6 speed and a great option quarterback. Went out with a knee injury, had surgery, and he's out for the year, and we certainly hope he gets okay soon. So now there's a timeout on the field with 6:11 left to go here in the first half. Timeout on the field with a score, Gadsen 7 and Coffee 7. All right, 6:11 to go in the half. Time back in. Coffee punting on fourth down from the Gadsen 39. Robbie Richardson booms it high in the air. He kicks it toward the sideline. Ball hits at the 20, gets a Coffee roll inside the 15, inside the 10, at about the 9. So a good placement kick by Richardson, and Gadsen has it deep in their own territory at their 9-yard line. And that's where they fumbled on the second play of the game, and Coffee got it, and on first down, Tucker went in from the 9-yard line. That's Coffee's score. Gadsen took the ensuing kickoff and marched 68 yards for their tying score, and there hasn't been a threat since. So with 6 minutes to go in the half, Gadsen puts it in play at their 9-yard line. The game is tied at 7-7.
It's the 2-minute timeout, Jerry, between at the middle of the second quarter. There's 6:01 left. They're going to take a 2-minute timeout.
And it's timeout on the field. Coffee 7, Gadsen 7. And that gives us time to talk about Louis Grizzard, the nationally syndicated journalist, who is going to be coming to 6 minutes to go in the first half. Coffee 7, Gadsen 7. Gadsen has it first down and 10 yards to go at their 9-yard line as Coffee stacks a tight defense in there, hoping for a turnover down deep. Here is Taylor on a very long count. He spins in there and gives it off to Callaway, who goes over the left side to about the 11-yard line. So he picks up 2. Scott Wilcoxon in there on the tackle for Coffee, and also getting up off the bottom of the pile is Vernon Ingram, the right linebacker.
And number 72, Reggie Wright.
Yeah, Reggie Wright playing well here tonight. So the gain is 2. It'll be second down and 8 at the Gadsen 11. Tigers probably you would think they'd keep it on the ground here to keep from having a turnover and hope to ground out some first down yardage. 5:33 to go. Coffee, of course, playing for the turnover. Second down and 8. Gadsen at their own 11-yard line. Here's a very long count in there by Taylor, trying to draw Coffee off. He rolls out of there, gives to Benson, who gets a hole over the right side to about the 15-yard line. It closed up quickly as Montrell Reeder and Vernon Ingram close in for the tackle at the 15. So here's a crucial play right now. It's third down and 4. Gadsen at their own 15-yard line. This is a big defensive play for Coffee. If they can hold and get good field position right here with 5 minutes to go in the half, we're tied at 7-7 in what's been a very, very good football game for the first game of the year for Coffee. This is Gadsen's second game of the year. They beat Litchfield last week 14-3. All right, here's a big play. Third down and 4. Gadsen deep in their territory at their own 15. Davis wide to the left, Massey wide to the right. Phillips has the split backs behind him, and Gadsen apparently is going to be called for too much time. And that's going to hurt. That moves it back to the 10-yard line. So
it is delay of game.
That puts it back to the 10, so that makes it a little bit more in Coffey's favor because Gadsen, you wouldn't think they'd risk putting up a pass down here. Of course, they might, but at least if they run, they've got to pick up now 9 yards instead of 4. And here comes Andre DeRamus in the lineup with the play from the bench. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Coffee Band getting ready to perform. They've got a new band director this year. Mr. Gene Gooch, longtime veteran director, is retired, and he certainly did a great job over the years. So Coffee with a brand new band director. Here's Benson on a sweep. He's running at the 10, out to the 13, and that's it. Vernon Ingram stuck him at the 13-yard line. Bill, he fought right through the lead blocker that time to make the tackle.
Well, he carried the blocker down, number 62 for Gadsen, David Partridge. Had a good block on Vernon Ingram, but Vernon Ingram knocked him down and the ball carrier both.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Coffee to pick up some good field position with 3:50 to go in the first half. 7-7 score. Singleton will kick from his end zone. Coffee puts Darrell Higgin way back at the 45-yard line. Boy, he must think Singleton can boom that ball out of there, or doesn't want to take a chance of fumbling it. There's Singleton kicking. It's a nice spiral. I see what he, no wonder he's back there. That's about where he catches it. 47-50, fights to the 45 and inside the 45 to the Tiger 44. So Coffee has excellent field position at the Gadsen 44-yard line. Plenty of time, 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half, and we're tied 7-7.
Well, Coffee's had field position the whole second quarter, and they haven't been able to get on the scoreboard, so this looks like their final opportunity with 3:31 left. They've got their best field position they've had on an exchange of punts. Of course, they did recover a fumble at the 9 and take it in for a touchdown, but this is their best field position we need to cash in.
It is at the 44-yard line. Phillips in a draw play. Running in there is Tucker. He's at the 40, breaks a tackle at the 35, 30. Kenny to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kenny Tucker. What a great run. A 44-yard run by Tucker as he fought off about 5 Gadsen Tigers. Great leg drive, and Tucker explodes up the middle for the touchdown. Bill Hunt, what a great run by Kenny Tucker.
Boy, it sure was. I tell you what, folks, any of you listening on the radio, you need to tune in to Group W Monday at 5 o'clock to see that run Kenny Tucker just made. He was bottled up at the line of scrimmage. 2 or 3 Gadsen players hit him. He kept his balance. Then he turned to burst of speed on, hit by a couple of more tacklers, broke through them, and then outraced 2 or 3 into the end zone. Just a tremendous run.
Here's Williams' kick. It is high, long, it's good. Timeout on the field with a score. Coffee 14, Gadsen 7. Gadsen with 3:09 to go here in the first half. Whitney Ford will kick it off for Coffee. Gary Benson is the deep man standing back at the 8-yard line. All right, Kenny Tucker sets the Coffee kick team, and here comes Ford moving on the ball. Good kick. Sideliner drives Benson back to the goal line, and it hits and falls into the end zone for the touchback. Oh, that was a floater by Whitney Ford, the soccer kicker, whose dad, Al Ford, is a good SEC official, Bill. Calls a lot of crucial games in the Southeastern Conference, Al Ford.
Yeah, he is. He's a good insurance man, a good golfer, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, it's first down and 10 Gadsen now at the 20-yard line. David Taylor checks in at quarterback. Ferndale Davis is in at wingback. 3:09 left to go. First half. Coffee leads Gadsen 14-7 here from Murphy Stadium. Behind the running of Kenny Tucker, who scored twice, one on a 44-yard gallop just a moment ago. Backs are split. Here's the give off into Benson, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle, and fights hard over the 25 to the 26. Boy, Benson's running hard. He's already went out once tonight with a leg injury, but he's back. Vernon Ingram and Skipworth made the hit in there along with Abernathy. So he picks up 7 yards to the 27. It's second down and 3 yards to go.
Gary Benson's 5'10", 195 pounds, and he runs hard. He's hard to bring down. That was one of the best 6-7 yard runs you'll see, too, yep. Jerry. He was hitting the backfield, kept his balance, fought off a couple of more tacklers, and picked up 7 yards.
Jamie Day checks into the game for the Tigers. He's on a wide out to the left side. Here's a quarterback. There's a pitch. Avery almost fumbled it at the 25. It is hit at the 26. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Great tackle in there by Michael Johnson, the defensive right end. Avery almost fumbled that pitch from the quarterback that time. Play failed again. It'll be 3rd and 3 at the 27.
We've got 2:08 and counting down. It's third down, possession down, about 3 good long 3 yards to go. Coffee holds them right here. I believe they have at least 2 of their timeouts left, so we might could get some more field position, get another score on the board.
All right, here's a big play for the Coffee defense, who's really tightened up since that opening drive. The ball at the 27-yard line. 3rd down and 3, Gadsen. Here's a quarterback giving to Benson, and he is going to be hit at about the 29. He's short, I believe, by about a foot. But let's wait and see where the official actually places that football down. He's short by about a foot. And Gadsen will be punting on 4th down, and Coffey's defense has really gotten tough since that opening 68-yard drive by Gadsen. They have really shut the door. 1:25 to go. Gadsen checks in Singleton and the punt team. Darrell Higgins back in safety for Coffey. Clock is running, 1:15 to go. Coffey would like to get another score, but they'll probably play it safe unless they can get a run back here. There's the snap to Singleton. He hits it. It's a great kick. Way back. It drives Higgins back to the 20. Hits at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. That ball is going to go down at the 1-yard line. What a kick by Singleton as he kicks it all the way to the Coffey 1 from the 27 at the 72-yard kick. And Coffey's in the hole with 52 seconds left to play in the half.
I think it'll go officially, Jerry, probably 70 yards. They were on the 29-yard line, but that ball was the type you like to see, a big high spiral that turned over, and it actually went over Coffey. Who was the defender back there?
Higgins.
Right. It went over his head, and it hit and got a good bounce forward, and then it just went dead right at the 1-yard line.
Boy, Coffey's got to be careful right here. They've got it at their 1-yard line, and they want to just keep from fumbling, and Phillips just falls forward to about the 2. Coffey will be glad to let the clock run out here. 36 seconds to go. I'm not sure how many timeouts Gadsen has left, but they're going to call one right here. So they stop the clock with 29 seconds left in the half. Coffey has it at their 2-yard line. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Coffey 7, Gadsen 7. Coffey just trying to fall on the ball to keep from fumbling at their 2-yard line. There again, Phillips takes a snap and falls forward to about the 3. And Gadsen's going to call another timeout with 25 seconds left to play. Darnay will be along at halftime talking about the replay that's going to be on cable channel 3 this year, and also giving us the cheerleaders for Coffey for 1986 who are doing a great job. We'll be talking about yards to go at their 3-yard line. I don't know if Gadsen's got another timeout or not. If they don't, then time will run out before Gadsen will get the ball again. Here's Phillips up under center now. He takes, and again he falls on the ball. He dives to about the 4, getting a yard at a time. And apparently Gadsen was out of timeouts because the clock is running down now, and that'll probably be the final play of the half. Apparently Gadsen does not have any timeouts remaining. With 10 seconds now, 9, 8, clock is going to run out. And Coffey is going to take a touchdown lead into the dressing room at halftime. And 2 seconds, 1, and there's the horn. That's the end of the first half. So there's a timeout at the end of the first half of play. We'll be back with our half, and is dropped at about the 6th. So apparently during halftime, Gadsen has diagnosed Coffey's success in the first half, and they came out and stopped that draw by Tucker. And Coffey's going to have to be a little bit more diversified than the draw play to Tucker because you just can't break it every time. So Coffey's in a hole on 3rd down and 21 to go back at their 6-yard line, and there's an injured Gadsen player down on the field. So next week, Bill, it's the Austin Black Bears at home at Brawley Stadium. Want to get all the Coffey fans out for the first home game of the year, and it'll be an Area 14 battle and a very important early season meeting.
Well, to jump into the area battle that soon in the season, I'm sure that's not what Coach Hartley and his staff wanted, but the way the schedule fell, that's what they got to do. By the way, the Brawley Stadium really looks good, Jerry. I was up there with Coach Grant the other day, and they've really got that field in great condition as usual, and Coffey needs the fan support in the stands out there next week for their first area battle.
Injured players, linebacker Ferndale Davis comes off under his own power. So now Coffey is faced with 3rd down and about 21 yards to go, back at about their 7-yard line. They are really starting off in the hole here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Phillips. He's going to go back to his end zone to throw. He's under a rush. Fires a screen. Tucker at the 10, 15. Blockers at the 20, 25. Kenny to the 30, to the 35. And a Coffey first down. And a penalty flag dropped in there. Let's see if that may be a late hit. What a great call, Bill Hunt, from about the 7-yard line. A perfectly executed screen to Kenny Tucker. that gets it all the way out to the 35, but now let's see what the penalty is. That's good enough for about 29 yards and a first down, and Gadsen is going to have a personal foul tacked on after the tackle. That'll give him 15 more yards. Great call by Coffey.
It was a great call, Jerry, and after my heart started beating so fast, I can call it for you. Phillips just did an excellent job that time of disguising the play. It looked like he was back to pass long. Coffey linemen held their blocks, 1, 2 counts, then slid to the right side of the field. Tucker slid out behind him. Phillips threw the ball right on the money, and Kenny Tucker turned it upfield with blockers in front of him, picked up the first down at the 35. Then another 10 yards was tacked on for the personal foul. They have the ball all the way out at the 44-yard line.
44-yard line of Coffey, first down and 10 on a big gutsy call deep in their own territory. Coffey made it a success, and here's a give to Vernon Ingram, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Ferndale Davis was in there on the tackle, along with 80 Tony Robertson, the defensive end on the right side. So they give him a yard at the 45. Ingram picks up 1. Second down and 9 as Mark Wright comes in with a play.
Mix up in the backfield that time. I don't know whether it was Phillips or Ingram, but one of them was handing the ball off on the wrong side or ran to the wrong side because they actually ran into each other, slowed down the play. Gadsen made a good defensive play.
Wide to the right, second down and 9. Phillips on the option, throws the ball away, and Gadsen's going to fall on it at the 33. Phillips extremely slow coming out from under center. As he turned, he was hit immediately and fumbled the football, and Gadsen has got it on the turnover at the 33-yard line. A great Coffey doing not a good job of blocking for David on that particular play, as they are really coming in hard on him. So the offensive line not blocking very well here in tonight's game. On the pass plays, on the running plays, they're doing okay. So Gadsen with a break here in the third quarter. 9 minutes to go. They're trailing Coffey 14-7. They recover a fumble at the Jacket 33. Here comes DeRamus in motion, the first motion play of the night. It's a quick pitch to Benson at the 30, at the 25, and down to the 22 before Darrell Higgins knocks him down, and that's good enough for a first down. 11-yard run by Benson. First down Gadsen at the Coffey 22. Clock moves inside 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Coffey leading 14-7, and Gadsen with turnover on the fumble a moment ago, trying to push it in and tie this game up. Jamie Day goes wide to the left. DeRamus on a wing to the right. First down at the Coffey 22. DeRamus in motion to the left now. They're showing Coffey some motion. It's a pitch back there to Benson. Benson gets inside the 20, at the 15, at the 10, down the sideline at the 5, and out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. And that's another Gadsen first down. And Robbie Richardson is down for Coffey on the far sideline. Looks as though he's got a cramp. So Benson did a great job then breaking tackles and moves it down to the Coffey 4, and it's first and goal for the Tigers.
We've mentioned before, Gary Benson's 5'10", 195-pound tailback, and he's a senior. And when he gets headed upfield, he runs with some authority. He reminds me a lot, Jerry, of a Coffey player from a few years back that'll probably be starting in the Auburn Tiger backfield tomorrow, Collis Campbell.
Right. We want to wish Collis the best of luck this year down there at Auburn. Fine young man, and provided us with a lot of thrills back when he and Rodney German were in the same Coffey backfield. 2 SEC players signed out of that same backfield. I believe that's Robbie Richardson across the way who's injured on the play. Looks as though it's a cramp. It is Robbie, and he's coming off okay. And Coach hardly working on him there, and he's all right. So Gadsen now has it first and goal to go at the Coffey 4. After getting a Yellow Jacket fumble at the Coffey 33, they quickly moved it down in 2 plays to the Coffey 4-yard line, where it's first and goal to go. All right, here is Taylor now, up under center from the Coffey 4. Barking out a long count. No motion man this time. There's a given there off the right side, and Callaway is dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Good defensive surge that time by Coffey. Juan Jones was one of them in there. Skipworth, along with number 55, Todd Wright, made the hit at about the 5-yard line. So that play lost 1 yard. Now it's second down and goal at the Coffey 5. Coffey defense has played well tonight. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. From Gadsen, the opening game of the year for our Yellow Jackets, and Coffey leading right now 14-7. Jamie Day is wide to the left side. Quarterback is Taylor. Callaway and Benson are the running backs. Here's a fake. Quarterback going back to throw. A pass is batted down. Michael Johnson, the defensive right end, batted that pass by Taylor down at the about the 15-yard line. He had a great rush on him. So now it's 3rd down and goal to go at the Coffee 5.
And Daryl Higgins had good coverage on the intended receiver that time. I'm not sure. Of course, you always want to see the pass batted down, but it could have been intercepted. Daryl Higgins had excellent defensive position.
Ball at the Coffee 5. The Coffee defense digging in now. 3rd down and goal to go for Gadsen. Out the Yellow Jacket 5. Let's see what the call is here. Callaway and Benson behind Taylor. Here comes DeRamus in motion to the left side. Here's the quarterback, Taylor. On a pitch to Benson, he fumbles the ball and has to pick it up and fall on it at about the 4. So now let's see what Coach DiLorenzo does. He may be sending his field goal team onto the field. Let's see. Or they may go for it. Let's wait and see what they're going to do. It's 4th down at the Coffee 4, and a great defensive hold here by the Coffee defense. And it's going to be a field goal attempt by Gadsen. Bobby Avery will attempt it. The tee by DeRamus put down at the 12. It will be a 22-yard kick, unless it's a fake. A straight-on kick by Avery from 22 yards away. There's the snap. It's on the tee. The kick is up into the air, and it is good. A 22-yard field goal by Avery, and there's a timeout on the field with the score, Coffee 14, Gadsen 10. And Gadsen had to settle for a 22-yard field goal.
Well, after they had 1st down and goal to goal at the 4, I'm sure the Coffee staff is glad to just get out of there with a field goal.
Here's Avery's kickoff. It's headed right for Kenny Tucker, and he takes it at the 4. Kenny back to the 5, 10, 15, slips and falls out about the 18-yard line. So he hit a wet spot in the field as he tried to change directions, and Coffee will put it in play at their own 18-yard line, 1st and 10. 6:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Coffee 14, Gadsen 10. A great game for the opening game of the year here for the Yellow Jackets from Murphy Stadium. In Gadsen, Jerry Knight along with Bill Hunt. And we'll be welcoming Teresa Moon next week, our 1986 Golden Girl, at halftime with all the highlights of the happenings at Coffee. And Roy Willingham, our statistician, will be back with us for another great year. There's a given there to Ingram, 20-25, and Vernon takes it out to about the 26-yard line. Vernon Ingram, the junior fullback, with a good carry on the inside to the 26-yard line. So that play gained about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Bill Coffee put together a passing attack, and they'll have a pretty well-balanced offensive attack.
Well, you're right, Jerry. That's the problem right now. They've only completed 1 pass, and that was just a little short screen pass for a big play, but they do have to work on that passing game.
Hard, it's at the 26-yard line, and it's to give to Tucker. Tucker inside, and didn't get much there, maybe a yard. Tackle made in there by Drew Howard for Gadsen. They give him the 27, a pickup of 1, so it's a crucial 3rd and about a yard for Coffee, maybe a yard and a half at about the 27. Big play for Coffee now with 5:43 to go, and we got an official's timeout on the field. The ball at their own 27-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Here's David Phillips on the count for Coffee. He turns, he gives to Tucker outside, running room, 30, 35, Kenny to the 40, and out of bounds at the 40-yard line and a 1st down. So they sent Kenny Tucker wide with that speed, and he sprints it up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 14 yards, and a big Coffee 1st down play.
Kenny Tucker's really been the workhorse tonight for the Coffee Yellow Jackets. He's doing it all, him and Vernon Ingram up the middle, around the ends. They're really showing an excellent running game for the Coffee Yellow Jackets. Kenny's 5'10", 200 pounds, and I don't know how fast he runs the 40, Jerry, but when he gets headed upfield, he turns on some speed. 1st down
at the Coffee 40. Here's a pitch back to Tucker. Tucker's going to throw a pass. He fires it downfield. It's complete and dropped at the 26-yard line by Higgins. A great halfback pass by Tucker, who's left-handed, and Higgins with a diving attempt at the 26-yard line. He got behind the safety, and he couldn't quite hold it. That would have been a big play. So Coffee's not afraid, Bill, to try some stuff here tonight. And they're going to be, looks as though, an exciting offensive team.
Well, Kenny showed that he could throw the ball about 40 yards in the air that time, and I didn't know he was left-handed. I don't know if the Gadsen people did, but that's the first time he's really come to this side of the field, to the left side of the field, and that's the side he has to come to throw it left-handed that far.
Second down and 10 at the 40. Here's Ingram running at the 40. He's outside at the 45, at the 50, at the Gadsen 45, and fights, fumbles the football, and Gadsen has it at the 38. A great run by Vernon Ingram. He was hit, fumbled the football, and Gadsen has it at the 38, and Ingram's down. Boy, Coffey's dropping the football tonight, and Ingram looks as though he's got a cramp. He made a great run. Coffey with two great running backs this year, Vernon Ingram and Kenny Tucker, but that time Ingram fumbled just as he was hit, and Gadsen has the third Coffey fumble of the night. They've got it at their own 38-yard line, first down.
Well, that time it was a draw play up the middle to Vernon, and he kind of tippy-toed through the middle, finding his open way, and then once he got past the line of scrimmage, he cut it to the outside, and it was a foot race down the sideline, and as the Gadsen defenders closed in on him, he tried to change direction. As he did, he lost his balance a little bit. One of the Gadsen players hit him, and he fumbled the ball going down, and he's down on the field now with a cramp. Coach Hartley's out there trying to assist him, but it's a shame to see a play in that way after he made such a great run and then fumble the ball. Gadsen has it 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
Well, I hope that's just a cramp. He is limping a lot, and I certainly hope it's not a knee injury. Coffey's already lost one great player, Vic Callaway, and Ingram looks as though he's hurt. He's falling back down to the ground, and here comes another Coffey coach out there, two more. So what looked as though was a cramp, and still, Bill, we hope it is. You know more about that kind of injury than I do. Is that what they're working on?
Yeah, that's he's got cramps in his thighs, and when they grab you and turn, they just knot up. Your muscles knot up on you, and you can't straighten your leg out or anything. They have to force the leg straight and try to work the cramp out. That's usually what you see at the first of the year, in the first game or two, especially with high humidity, a wet, soggy field. Your legs get heavy, your shoes are heavier than normal, and you find out that all those wind sprints during practice, you didn't run out all the way as hard as you could. Now you wished you would have.
Well, they're going to have to tote him off the field, but I believe that is what it is cramps, and not anything serious, we hope. But Coffey has already lost starting quarterback Vic Callaway before the season started, and we've already seen here tonight that Ingram and Tucker are going to be the mainstay of Coffey's offense, and if either one of those two go out, Coffey's got a multitude of problems. And right now, Vernon Ingram is on the bench with cramps. He fumbled the ball after a great run, and Gadsen has it at their own 38, 1st and 10 with 5:10 to go in the third quarter. Coffey leading 14-10. So let's see if the Coffey defense now can come up with a play, and Gadsen's going to call timeout. They got to the line of scrimmage and didn't like what they saw across the line for Coffey's defense, and they called a timeout. So there's a timeout on the field with a score, Coffey 14 and Gadsen 10. Bill? Okay, first down, time back in now. Gadsen, 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Has it first down at their own 38-yard line. There's a give in there to Benson, trying to run wide at the 40, and he's hit at about the 43. So Benson picks up 5 yards. Steve Kuntz, one of the tacklers in there for Coffey, along with Robbie Richardson, as Benson gains 5 yards. Second down and 5. Gadsen at their own 43. They've just recovered the third Coffey fumble of the night. Coffey's clinging to a 14-10 lead with 4:40 to play here in the third quarter from Murphy Stadium. Vernon Ingram went out with a cramp a moment ago, and they're working on him on the sideline. He just made a great run into Gadsen territory for a first down when he was hit and fumbled, and Gadsen has it 2nd and 5 at their own 43. They've got a double wide out this time. The backs are in the eye, and here's a quarterback on the option play. He's going to keep it, and he's hit over the 45, but fights around the 47. That's going to be right at the first down marker. Stephen Kuntz knocked Taylor down at that point.
Stephen Kuntz and Robbie Richardson made the play, and Robbie Richardson's down with a cramp again.
Yep. So Coffey's having their share of the cramps here, and now he's up and he's all right. So Kenny Tucker, I think, was coming into the game, and now he's going to stay in. So it's third down and about 1 at about the 47 of Gadsen. Clock inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. And Coffey leading 14-10.
Third down possession play.
Third and about 1. Here's a given there to Callaway, and he got his first down as he crosses midfield and into Coffee territory at the 49. Good for a first down. Tackle made in there by Keith Abernathy and Robbie Richardson. Coffee checking in Michael Johnson. And number 73, James Mabe defensively. Reggie Wright and Juan Jones come out. First down Gadsen at the Coffee 49 with 3:10 to go here in the third quarter. Coffee 14, Gadsen 10. Coffee defense being called on here now to stop Gadsen and get the ball back. Wide to the right comes Jamie Day. Montrell Reeder steps up to pick him up. Quarterback David Taylor for Gadsen. He comes out on the option play, runs to the short side of the field, and is rolled out of bounds after picking up maybe 2 yards at about the 47-yard line. Montrell Reeder.
Excuse me, Jerry. I believe that was a busted play that time, but the quarterback had good sense to at least try to get some yardage out of it. His backs went one way, he turned another. He realized he'd made a mistake, and he made the best out of it, picked up about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Well, the quarterback, Taylor, was shaken up on that play out of bounds, and he's coming out. So Gadsen's going to have a new quarterback in there, and he's Kelvin Bradford, number 10. He's a junior, 5'9", 180. And he'll step in on a second down and about 7-yard play at the Coffee 47-yard line. Kelvin Bradford taking his first snap, and he's looking to throw. It's incomplete on a penalty play. That made motion in the backfield. It was thrown in the Gadsen backfield, and that's what it is. Well, let's see if Coffee refuses that play or takes the penalty. It'll be 3rd down and 8 or 2nd and 13. I would think they'd refuse that one. Bradford went to the air on first down. But they're going to take the 5 yards. So that moves it back to about the 48.5-yard line in Gadsen territory, where it's 2nd down now and about 12 yards to go. So Coffee takes the yardage. They might have called that backfield motion before the play started.
I believe Coffee had the option, but with a new quarterback in there, they feel like that they might have an opportunity to hold them back there, and that will give them a little bit better field position. All
right, here's 2nd down from the Gadsen 49, 2nd and 12. Kelvin Bradford, the new quarterback, gives it in there to Benson. Benson got a hold at the 45, 40, 35, 30, all the way inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line, and a Gadsen first down. A great run by Benson. Boy, he's a power driver. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds with great leg drive, and he picks up a first down. The ball is at the Coffee 27, or the 28-yard line, and one of the Gadsen players down with a cramp. That was a big play right there for Gadsen, and Coffee's defense did not come up with the stopper on 3rd down.
The player down for Gadsen is number 66, Arthur English, and he was the one leading the play that time. It was just a tremendous play, off tackle, gliding along, see the opening, cut upfield with a pulling guard in front of you, all the way down to the 27-yard line, first down.
Well, we've got a moment. Darnay Case, Group W Cable, come in and tell us a little bit about the Coffee replay that you're going to have on this year.
Well, right now, Derek Robinson and Tommy Keeler are downstairs taping the show for the Coffee playback to be played back on Monday night from 5 to 7 p.m. And Coach Jim Hartley and Jerry Knight will be doing the play-by-play on the quarter system, and then Bill Hunt and Jerry Knight will be doing it by what is being done right now. So we're really looking forward to it. We've got some great sponsors, and I know Group W Cable is really happy to be able to carry it this year.
Thank you, Darnay. And that'll be beginning Monday at 5 o'clock on Channel 3, Group W Cable. You'll see the Coffee game each week in its entirety. So the Gadsen players still down on the field, and Gadsen has it 1st down and 10 to go at the Coffee 28-yard line as they made a big 3rd down run a moment ago. Coffee's leading in this game 14-10 with 1:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And the player is coming off the field. It's Arthur English, number 66, and he's okay. That's about the 5th player that's had cramps here tonight. That seems to be the problem here. As he said, Coffee's first game of the year, and they've had a few more than Gadsen. So 1st down and 10. Kelvin Bradford is still in there at quarterback. Here's Ferndale Davis. He's the motion man to the left side, and the pitch is to Benson. Benson on the corner at the 25, and is hit at about the 23. Good pursuit over there by Coffee. Michael Johnson and Darrell Higgins in there, along with Derek Key. They marked the ball at the Coffee 22. So a gain of about 5. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Coffee holding to a 14-10 lead, but Gadsen threatening at the Coffee 22. Second down and 5. Wing to the right. Wide out to the left. Here's Bradford. Again, it's Benson. Benson hemmed up at the 20. Gets inside to about the 17-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Maybe close enough for the measurement. If not, it'll be third and about 1. It's going to be third and less than 1. Third down and less than a yard at the Coffee 18-yard line. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Coffee 14, Gadsen 10. Quarterback giving straight ahead to Callaway, and he's submarined by Trent Thompson, the nose guard. Let's see where they mark him down.
I don't know if he made it or not.
Well, it depends on where they mark him. I don't believe he did either, but Gadsen probably will. Well, let's see. I don't think they did. I don't know if they'll try a field goal or what they'll do, but that's the end of the third quarter, so Coach DiLorenzo has some time to think about it. He didn't make it. It'll be fourth down and inches. So that's the end of the third quarter. There's a timeout on the field with a score after 3. Coffee 14 and Gadsen 10.
Well, it has been a good football game, and Coffee's defense, though, in the third quarter was on the field the majority of the time. We hope they're not wearing down. The Gadsen offense has put a couple of good drives together. They came out with a 3-point field goal from 22 yards in the third quarter. That was the only scoring. Coffee still has a 14-10 lead, but Gadsen has the ball on their 17-yard line with fourth down and about 6 inches to go. So it's going to be a challenge for Coffee to keep them from getting the first down and keep them from getting in the end zone and going on top.
I would think they'd probably give it to Benson, but of course Bradford may try to just drop forward for the 1 or 2 feet that they need. But let's see what they do, and if Coffee can come up with a big defensive play right here. They're going to put it, all is that right at the Coffee 18-yard line, fourth down and just about a foot. Just about the length of the football for the first down. Callaway and Benson are the running backs, and Bradford the quarterback, and Massey is wide to the left. So let's see what they do. Here we go. Coffee defense digs in. First play of the fourth quarter. Fourth and a foot to go. Gadsen at the Coffee 18. Bradford's going to give to Callaway, and he got his first down off the left side at about the 15. So the quick hitter in there to Callaway, and it's first and 10 Gadsen at the Coffee 15-yard line.
And guess who they ran behind, Jerry?
McDuffie.
That's right. Big 6'4", 255-pound McDuffie, J.D. McDuffie. They just handed the ball to Callaway. He followed McDuffie through for about a 3-yard gain, picked up the first down at the 15-yard line.
All right, Coffee now's defense called on here for a big stand as Gadsen threatening to take the lead. First down and 10 for Gadsen at the Coffee 15-yard line. Here comes Ferndale Davis in motion, and Kelvin Bradford spins, pitches it out to Benson. Benson's running wide. He's hemmed up, and he gets to about the 13, and that's where he's dropped at that point. So good coverage there by the Coffee defense in pursuit. Juan Jones and Johnson out there along with Trent Thompson. The gain is about 2. It'll be second down and 8 at about the 13. We're in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Coffee holding to a slim 14-10 lead, and Gadsen trying to take the lead here. They have it second down and 8 at the Jacket 13-yard line. Massey goes wide to the right, and Davis is on a wing to the left side. Gadsen been using some motion here in their offense in the second half. Here's a rollout. Bradford giving it in there to Benson, and Benson fighting right straight off the right side down around the 11-yard line. So it's third down now. The ball at the 11. It'll be third down and about 7 yards to go. Well, actually, it's about at the 12, so it's third down and about 7 to go.
It said his knee went down at the 12, Jerry. It looked like he'd made it all the way up to the 10-yard line, but his knee hit the ground at the 12. That's where the officials spotted it. And they're in four-down territory, but the Coffee defense, if they've had their backs to the wall here a couple of times, and they're really fighting. Let's see if we can hold them out.
Third down, the ball at the 12-yard line of Coffee. Here comes Ferndale Davis in motion for Gadsen. Bradford rolls on the option play, trying to run it. Richardson after him. He's hit at about the 10 by Darrell Higgins. Great pursuit by Richardson to slow him up just enough to let Higgins come up and make the hit at about the 10 or 11-yard line. And let's see where they mark it down. And I believe Gadsden's going to go for the field goal. So Coffey's defense makes another great stand. That's twice they've held Gadsen out of the end zone and forced a field goal attempt. Avery made a 22-yarder a moment ago. This one here will be from about the 18 and would be a 28-yarder. Another Coffee player down on the field. Across the way,
it's Vernon Ingram again, Jerry, but he got up on his own power this time, and he's walking over to the sideline, but he's limping. I tell you, when those cramps get you, it's hard to get back in the game and stay very long.
All right, here is a 28-yard field goal from at a right angle for Bobby Avery. Coffee will try to put a rush on. On fourth down, the ball is on the tee. This one's going to be no good. It's short and wide right, and Coffee's defense has held. So
Gerald Murray, Mobile Homes.
Consuming drive here. Here's a handoff in there to Ingram, breaking off the right side, or make it Tucker, and he gets out around the 24-yard line. Kenny Tucker just ran well tonight. And here with 8:55 to go in the game, and Coffee leading 14-10, the defense now, Bill Hunt, has done their job. The offense needs to grind some yardage out and run some clock off and not give Gadsen the ball in good territory again.
Number 55, Todd Wright, that time got a cramp, and he got up under his own power, ran to the sideline, then collapsed again. They're over there working on his leg. I hope we have enough players to finish the game, Jerry. Everybody's dropping out with cramps.
Well, they'll be working on that this week, I'm sure. Here comes Higgins wide to the right, Michael Johnson wide to the left. This is a crucial series for Coffee. 2nd down and 6 at their own 24-yard line. Ingram and Tucker are the running backs. It's a draw play to Tucker. Tucker inside the 25. He fumbles the ball, but Coffee got it at about the 32. Boy, James Mabe, who was following the play that time, very alertly fell on that ball. It was knocked out from Tucker's hand, and Mabe fell on it at the 32-yard line, and that gives Coffee a first down. And I believe Kenny Tucker's down.
Kenny Tucker was hit the old high-low that time. He was hit low from the left side, and then somebody came and hit him from the right side right at the same time, and the ball popped loose. James Mabe fell on it. Kenny Tucker's up, and he's walking off the field under his own power, but there's a Gadsen player down. They're working on his legs now.
So he was the one that made the tackle. So, boy, we've seen the cramps here tonight. Thank goodness there's nothing serious, though, and those are something that'll come with conditioning. And Ferndale Davis is coming off the field and on his own power, so he'll be all right. Tucker leaves the lineup for Coffee. So that was a first down. Tucker fumbled the ball, but Mabe fell on it. So Coffee has a first down at their own 32-yard line. And the man replacing Tucker in the lineup, 42, Darrell Beckwith at tailback. 22-yard field goal by with the sophomore, 5'11" Tigers. Here comes Higgins wide to the right. Darrell Beckwith along with Vernon Ingram in that backfield. Here's a quarterback looking, running back to throw, under a rush, fires it long down the field. He's got a man at the 40, at the 30, Skipworth to the 20, and inside the 20 to the Gadsen 18-yard line. And he almost broke it for a touchdown. Great scrambling by David Phillips. Skipworth got behind the safety, and Phillips hit him with a strike, and he carries it to the 18, and Bill Hunt, what a big play that was.
Yeah, when we thought they were trying to run the clock out, they pulled the surprise, but that's what Coach Gainham Smith, the offensive coordinator, is known for. And that time Phillips went back to pass. He looked like he was having trouble getting his hand on the ball again to get a good grip on it, and it kind of froze the defense for Gadsen. They thought they were going to have him back for a loss, but he got the ball away, and Skipworth was wide open down the sideline, pulled it in, and was caught from behind at the 17.
First down and 10, Coffee up the Gadsen 18-yard line. And here's going to be motion call against Beckwith, the sophomore, and that's a sophomore mistake. Beckwith in his first varsity game, and he moved forward, and he knew the minute he did it that he'd made a boo-boo, and that'll cost Coffee 5 yards.
Well, you're the loneliest guy in the world, Jerry, when you're out there where everybody can see and everybody's sitting still, and you take off running, and then all of a sudden realize that, oops, I'm doing the wrong thing. But again, first game, you expect some of that. and especially a sophomore being forced into duty here. He probably didn't think he was going to get to play at all. Then all of a sudden he's out there on the field. But that's how they learn, and that's what you got to do. Get them out there and let them have some experience.
So they move it back to the 24-yard line where it's second down now and 15 yards to go. Here's the quarterback giving off to Ingram, and Ingram's going to be hit in the back rear for a loss back at about the 28. So the Gadsen defense now beginning to surge. Clock becomes important. 6:35 to play. Coffee leading 14-10. But I was thinking it was second down. That was a first down play I thought a moment ago. The Chains has third down over there, but I think it's second down. Clock has second down. That was a first down play, wasn't it, on the offsides or the motion? Well, they're showing third. I don't remember what the other play was. They say it's third down at about the 28-yard line. Higgins is wide to the right, and Phillips is going to throw. He's under a rush. He gets away again, and nailed back at the 40. Boy, Coffey's offensive pass protection is very, very poor here tonight, and he was nailed back at about the 39-yard line. They're not giving Phillips any protection at all.
So they had about 20 yards to go for the first down that time, and it just takes some time for the receivers to get down on that deeper route, and Phillips is really not having that kind of time tonight.
Boy, Coffey had a golden opportunity there. They had it all the way down to the 18-yard line, and now they're back at the 40 on fourth down. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Coffey 14 and Gadsen 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Sidelines can enhance your fall.
All right, time back in now, and Robbie Richardson punting for Coffey. Booms it out. It is not a good kick. The ball goes right straight up in the air and is going to be down at the Gadsen 37-yard line. That kick 3 yards. And right when Coffey needed to run out some time, and they collapsed on that particular drive. They had it all the way down to the 18-yard line and lost all the way back to the 40, and then Richardson gets off a 3-yard kick. So Coffey's defense now is going to really be called on to hold off Gadsen. And Richardson comes in to try to rally the defensive troops. He's the leader on defense, a great linebacker, and he just hit that ball off the side of his foot, and it is a little wet out there tonight. So Gadsen, with 5:23 to go, they've got to score a touchdown. A field goal won't do them any good. Takes over first down and 10 to go at their 37-yard line, and here's Benson, and Coffey wraps him up at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play on first down by Steve Skipworth, number 11, who's really played well tonight, Bill. Second down and 10 at the 37. That was a big defensive play. Gadsen may have to try to go to the air. Really, they haven't tried to throw the ball very much tonight. 4:55, clock running. Coffey 14, Gadsen 10. Yellow Jackets trying to hang on for a crucial road win in the opening game of the year here in the 86 opener. This would be a big one to win in a stadium that's tough for an opponent to come in and win in. Here goes DeRamus in motion to the right side. Kelvin Bradford at quarterback on a penalty play. He's back to throw. It's incomplete. He threw it into the ground at the 42-yard line, intended for DeRamus, but there's a penalty flag on the play. DeRamus might have started upfield right before the snap. Let's see what the call is.
It's going to be illegal procedure against Gadsen.
I believe that's what he done. He started upfield. He went in motion and broke upfield probably right before the snap. So now Coffey, I would think, would decline this play here. Let's see if Coach Hartley wants yardage or he wants the down. He's going to take the down. So it's 3rd and 10. 4:32 to go in the game, and Gadsen now has a crucial possession play, and Duncan Castleberry comes into the game with the play. He's a junior at tight end. Clock now is moving. 4:25 to play. Coffey leading 14-10. We're in the fourth quarter, and here's a big third down play. 3rd down and 10 at the 37-yard line of Gadsen. Coffey will try to put an all-out rush in there on Bradford this time, and here they come after him. He's back to throw. He got away. He's going to run it to the 35. He's at the 40 and down at the 41-yard line. So great recovery for Coffey by number 40, Mark Williams, a sophomore, who's in on defense. And they nail Bradford. Coffey got a great rush, and Gadsen's going to punt, Bill. And Coffey needs to field this ball cleanly and hold on, and maybe can run the clock out. With 4 minutes left right now. So it'll be less than 4 minutes to go when Coffey gets possession. Singleton will have to punt, and Gadsen is going to try to rely on Coffee getting a bad break. All right, Singleton is ready with the snap. There it is. He got a good snap and a good low kick. It's going to come up, and it's going to be fielded at the 20, and Higgins gets back to the 25, the 30 to the 31. So with 3:37 to play, Coffee, all they've got to do is hold on to the football and run the clock out, pick up a couple of first downs, and they'll be in business. They lead 14-10. The defense has really done the job here tonight.
I see Kenny Tucker coming back in, and I think I see Vernon Ingram back in. So two of the players that went out in the last series with cramps and the stars of the night for Coffee are back in the game. We hope their legs can hold up. We hope they can grind out a few first downs, run this clock out.
Keith Abernathy up over center, and Ingram and Tucker are the running backs. We need to hold on to that football. Here comes Tucker, and Tucker's hit and dice forward to about the 35. So he picks up about 3-4 yards. Clock is going to be inside 3 minutes when the next snap takes place. So Coffee's in pretty good shape. If they can just not fumble, even if they had to punt, the defense is playing well, and Gadsen would have to start throwing. 2:55 to play. Tonight's game on FM 105, and don't forget the replay Monday afternoon at 5 in its entirety on Channel 3 Group W cable. Every Monday afternoon at 5 for the Coffee replay. Here's a rollout, handing off to Tucker. Tucker trying to run wide. He's at the 35 and ridden down at the 35-yard line. He doesn't really want to get out of bounds. Coach Harley doesn't want that clock to stop running, and it's continuing to run with 2:25 to go. So we'll have just about less than 2 minutes to go when this third down play gets underway, and Coffee will be looking at third and about 6. And, Bill, I would think they'd keep it on the ground, but Tucker's back there limping a little bit. He's trying to run wide and run some time off the clock. Clock shows 2:05. And the Yellow Jackets break huddle on a third down play. Let's see what the call will be at their own 35-yard line. And Phillips wants to throw. He's under a rush. Throws the screen. Incomplete. He threw the play that worked in the first half, and there's a flag drop. He tried to throw it to Kenny Tucker, and it was over his head. And a late flag drop, Bill, and I don't know what that is. That may be against Gadsen. They're pointing Coffee, yeah.
They're calling illegal receiver downfield.
All right, so Coffee will have to punt, and boy, we need a good kick right here out of Robbie Richardson. It's 4th down. I'm sure Gadsen will be trying for a run back here. They're still having some discussion down on the field.
Well, I believe this is a 5-yard penalty, and it's loss of down too.
Okay.
So they don't have any choice but to take the penalty. And the referee was having some time explaining it to the Gadsen player. He was trying to refuse it, and the referee was telling him, you don't want to refuse it. He loses the down, and you get 5 yards too.
Illegal receiver downfield. So Robbie Richardson is in to punt, and this is a very crucial punt. We have just 1:49 to go in the game. There's the snap from Abernathy. And Richardson booms it out. This is a better kick, a line drive. Benson fumbles it. It's back at the 20. Inside the 15. He races back, picks it up at the 10. Coffee's trying to pick him up. He's back to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and all the way out to the 47-yard line. So Coffee had a great opportunity to get him in the hole then. And Benson made a great comeback as he went way back inside his 15-yard line to get the ball and raced up the left sideline. Coffee had such a big rush down there that he found a hole up the left sideline. So now Gadsen has good field position with 1:31 left to go. And the break's just not going Coffee's way, and they're just hanging on by the skin of their teeth.
And it's not over yet, Jerry.
No.
I tell you, 1:31, and I'm not sure how many timeouts Gadsen has, but I believe they at least have 2. So that's a lot of time when you got the football on offense.
We've got 1:31 to play. Gadsen has it, 1st and 10 at their 47. Coffee is leading 14-10. So the defense is going to be called on to nail the victory down. Here's Kelvin Bradford up under center. It's going to be a fake. Bradford has a wide open field at the 50, 45, the 40. He fumbles the football. There's a wild scramble for it at the 32-yard line, and let's see who's got it. Let's see who's got it. Gadsen got it at the 32. Bradford with a great bootleg that completely caught the Coffee defense by surprise. He fumbled the ball in the open field, and Gadsen very alertly got on it at the Coffee 33. So now we have 1:09 left, but now Gadsen has got to score a touchdown. A field goal won't do him any good. So that's one thing in Coffee's favor. Clock is running, 1 minute left to go. Now 59, 58. Boy, this is a thriller that's going down to the wire here in the opener. Kelvin Bradford calling signals on a long count. He rolls out and gives to Benson. He drops the ball on the ground. There's a scramble for it. Who's got it? At the 38-yard line, did Coffee get it? Let's see. Let's see who's got it. I believe Coffee got the ball, Bill, but there's no signal from the referee. Let's see what we've got here. Coffee has recovered at the 38-yard line on the fumble.
Gerald,
Probably be a typical Tom Calvin team.
Well, Jerry, that's true. Coach Calvin, he's the dean of Alabama high school coaches. His teams are always well coached.
Troy Trent Thompson was telling us Saturday that he was thinking about picking the football up and running for a touchdown. I know you might have tackled him if he'd have tried that, but what a great fumble recovery and preserved our great win in a super defensive effort in the second half.
Well, Jerry, it was. Of course, I was waiting on that official to give us a signal, because I wasn't real sure that he was going to point Coffee's way there for a second there, and finally Trent came up with a football, and I think I jumped straight up in the air, because I was relieved, and I think everyone else on the sidelines and in the stands were relieved at that particular point.
Okay, we got Austin coming up this Friday night at Brawley Stadium. That'll be an Area 14 game, our first of 3 area games on the year. They lost a tough one to West End of Birmingham by 3 points Friday night, but it'll probably be a typical Tom Calvin team.
Well, Jerry, that's true. Coach Calvin, he's the dean of Alabama high school coaches. His teams are always well coached. Probably make adjustments during the ball game. As well as any team that will play. And, of course, we swap films with them Sunday afternoon, and we looked at them. The coaching staff looked at them, and they're typical. They're big folks. They got the running backs with the speed, and, just same old Austin that we've seen for the last 4 or 5 years.
We got just a moment. Let's talk a little bit about the exciting 1986 schedule and what a tough one it is. It could be one of the toughest well, I know it's one of the toughest. Could be the toughest overall in Coffee history. On down the line, you're going to be seeing Coffee playing the last year's defending state champ, Colbert County, and people have been speculating about a series like this for years and years. And you and Coach Don Creasy got together during the winter and signed a 2-game series that'll begin this year at Brawley Stadium. We play Emma Sampson. 2 years ago won the 5A state championship, so it looks like you've got the Jackets loaded up for bear this year.
They may be looking for another head coach and athletic director, too. But it's interesting, and I think we've had a lot of comments about our schedule this year, but I've tried to go over that and explain that time and time again over the summer. But it's a schedule that I think is very interesting. It's a competitive schedule. People that follow Coffee High School are going to get to see some good football teams with great traditions, such as Colbert County. And, you can go on down the line, and basically everyone we play fits into that category. So it's something that, our kids look at it as a challenge, and the coaching staff, and we're looking forward to it.
Tell us a little bit about some of the way people can get tickets now to Friday night's home opener. We're going to be playing 4 or 5 games at Brawley this year, and that's going to be a big one with Austin.
It is, Jerry. As you said, it's an Area 14 game. It's a TVC game. By the way, Gadsen was a designated TVC game for us, and we think that's very important, the conference championship, trying to win it. But tickets, if you're looking for season tickets, you can call the office and talk to Mrs. Greta West up there. Our tickets will be on sale all week up in the office at the high school.
All right, as we look back now on the game, Coffee wins at 14-10 over Gadsen. Some of the key players defensively. We've mentioned Kenny Tucker and Vernon Ingram offensively. How about some defensive standouts in that second half particularly?
Well, Jerry, you know, I think we have a tendency sometimes as coaches to not pay a whole lot of attention to those people that are down in the trenches, and normally that's where your ball games are won. And looking over the game film Saturday morning, we felt like that our defensive tackles played extremely well. We were real pleased with our secondary because we were worried in that area coming in. I think they played well, and I think our front in general played well.
Okay, well, it was a big win for the Yellow Jackets, 14-10 over the Gadsen Tigers, so Coffee's off to a 1-0 start in the 1986 season. So it's Coffee versus Austin. The Black Bears will be coming in, coached by Tom Calvin. Won a state championship in 1969 when he was at Sylacauga, and was recently voted by his peers as the top coach in the state of Alabama. He's been around for many years and always has a very competitive football team. You can hear the game if you don't have an opportunity to go see it on WLAY-FM 105 beginning Friday at 7. Until next Monday at 5 o'clock with a replay, this is Jerry Knight for Coffee Coach Jim Harley saying thanks for watching.
This has been Coffee High School Football 1986 with Coach Jim Hartley and Jerry Knight. Join us again next week as Coffee takes on the Black Bears of Austin High School right here on Blue W Cable, your Coffee High School television network.